Hey guys, apologize for being late. Um, just a second, and I'll be right in. Taking care of a few things. My cat's in here saying hi to you guys. Hi, Selma. Hey, Big Al. Big Al, just the person I want to talk to. Because I was talking to Sniper, I didn't get a chance to really check in with you, Big Al. Hey, Lee. Did I miss Cat being here? Hi, Cat. Sniper, how are you? So, Big Al, I made you a managing mod, but I didn't get a chance to check in to see if that was okay with you. Because you really helped me last night. Helped me and you helped Squirrel Sniper. Obviously, Squirrel Sniper was busy being up here, so he wasn't able to participate in modding. But you guys know when he is not up in the panel, he's always got things taken care of. Sniper and I, a few others, worked out a bit of a plan. I don't like banning people. I won't really ban anyone. If it was an extreme place, someone invaded my private life, my personal life. I don't really have a private life. I try to be available to everyone. Hi, Jessica. But man, they were literally harassing me all over the place, just being silly. But um, it was it was tiresome because it was continuous. So they eventually got banned. I kept asking over and over again, please stop. Um, anyway, the plan is if people come in with if you're coming in and trolling, as Sniper Advice said, just try to be fun. But if it's bothering you guys, if someone is being too aggressive, if someone is, um, you know what it is, too aggressive, if they're airing too many grievances towards other people, um, we just say politely, can you stay on track, please? We can time them out for 10 seconds. And then after that, if they come back, if they're still there, time them out for the night. But when they do come back, whenever they come back, if they come back, everyone is always given a second chance. And a second chance means that no one, um, it's a clean slate. They come in as if they've never been here before. We welcome them in as we welcome in everyone. Um, so if that's all right with you, Big Al, just I really appreciated what you did last night. Um, there's a couple others. Lee's up there as well. Sissy, it means a lot to me. Yogi, of course, I don't mind. I really appreciate it. Can I come up later in the stream and share some good and bad news with you and Cat in the chat? Yes, yes, for sure. Jessica, how are you feeling? How's everyone feeling? Jessica, so I see you're still having a really hard time. All right, you ready to get to work, Jessica? Let's not call it work. You ready to relax? Ready to hang out with some friends? Big Al Zathan says, Squirrel Yogi asked repeatedly for someone in chat to share but not debate. So I timed them out for a minute. They came back and continued, so I gave them 5. And I thought it was perfect, Big Al. And you handled it with a lot of grace. I mean, there was zero animosity. This is what I also love about Lee. There's zero animosity. Uh, yep, we can do breath work. I'm still panicking. Let's do a little stronger breath work. Let's do 4-7-8. We've been practicing um, the light breathing, the CO2 breathing, and that's very effective. Uh, but we're going to break out the big guns. We are going to do 4-7-8. A little bit of a meditation afterwards. He says I'm speaking for myself here, but I feel we're all getting to know each other now. I do too, Lee. I appreciate that. I tell you what, I needed you guys exactly who you are and to do exactly what you did. I really, really, man, I can't even begin to stress how much I needed that. I needed leave your messages to me on what up, what up, yo. So on point. Uh Big Al, you stepping up last night. Sniper, you helping me, hearing me out, um, and just being there and having my back. Just thanks, guys. And of course, man, I'd be nowhere without Cat. Hey, man. All right, we're gonna get started. I don't want to uh, say we're gonna get started and then keep talking about other stuff, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. So we really are gonna get started. If those who are gonna participate, I know Jessica is, I know Mint is, can go ahead and close your eyes. We're gonna do a whole guided meditation trip. We're going to begin by taking a trip through the body. Hey, toy pups. So first, let's bring our focus to the breath. And let's make sure that we're breathing in through the nose and then breathing out through the nose. And we're going to do some progressive relaxation, starting with our toes. Hi, Heather. When we breathe out, just consciously relax. You can even say relax the body part that we start with, and we're working our way up from the toes all the way up. So just send a little breath and an intent that we are relaxing. We feel it, everything relaxing. Then we breathe in and we breathe out and we relax the toes. All of them at once. Relax the calves, the hamstrings, and the glutes. Relaxing the back. Breathing in, we relax the shoulders. Let the shoulders grow heavy. Being pulled down slightly towards the ground as the relaxation goes from the shoulders all the way to the fingertips. Relaxing the belly. Noticing that it completely relaxed, how it flows with the breath. Relax your neck, your jaw. Breathing in, we relax our temples and our forehead. Keep taking nice and easy breaths. We're going to do 4, 7, 8. Count of 3. We breathe in for 4. We hold for count of 7. We exhale through the mouth, pursed lips, tongue in the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth with a whoosh. I'm going to count to 3 and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4 and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath together for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep the eyes closed and allow the breath to settle. If you want, you can use the Ujjayi breath right now. No special ratio. Just making that ha sound as we breathe in and as we breathe out. We're going to do rotation of consciousness, in which I will mention a body part and visualize it and let it go. We do this rather quickly. It's not concentration. Just visualize and let it go. No stress. If you can't visualize it, then you just let it go. We're going to begin with our left thumb, the left palm of the hand, the left arm, the left shoulder, right thumb, the right palm of the hand, the right arm, the right shoulder, center of the chest, your belly, both hips, both thighs, both ankles, the left bottom of your foot, your left toe, your right thigh, your right ankle, the right bottom of your foot, the right toe, the belly, your chest center, the base of the throat, the roof of your mouth, the tip of your tongue, your left eye, your right eye, the space right between the eyebrows, the crown of the head. Now, if you could picture a moonlit sky, a starry night, nighttime at the beach, a wind-blown desert, a peaceful mountain stream, moonlight shining through a window. Coming back to the breath, relaxed. Slowly going to let go of everything, coming back to the body. And just shift your hips back and forth, rocking a little bit. Wiggle your fingers, maybe roll your shoulders. Just coming back to the body, move your head back and forth. Give a big yawn if you want to. When you're ready, open your eyes. We'll see you in the chat. You say hi to everyone I missed. Hello, L Dog. Heavenly Star, my friend, how are you? Skits, thanks for being here. Hey, Toy Pups. Skits says, Puppy Mom. Hey, Nightmare. Big Al says, I reckon we're the same height, L Dog. He says, Skits, I can smell the food. Is it all done, Skits? Or are you still cooking? Someone says, the dog be nice to Big Al. Don't call him tiny. Thank you, Selma. Way to stick up for your friend. Big Al says, I think he's joking, Selma. And Selma apologizes. Says, you can call him that. But hey, Selma, still, I appreciate you sticking up for your friend. It's an awesome thing to do. Nearly ready, says Skits. You have enough for all of us? Heavenly Star says, do not start fights up in here. Thank you, Heavenly Star. So, are we singing Country Road together? Country Road? Country Roads. No, I don't remember. Skit says, sticking in the garlic bread in now. So we did a poll this afternoon on whether or not to keep singing on the weekends. I was on the fence about it. Wasn't sure if people were still having fun with it, but we got 100% vote. Heavenly Star says, maybe. I'll tell you what. I would just as soon hear you sing. You don't need my voice messing yours up. You're a beautiful singer. I sing. You're a singer. That's a big difference. Sima says, L Dog, I have to protect my friends here. That's right, she does. Spag bowl for everyone. Well,
hello, Yogi, the superstar of the show of the singing competition is the big winner of Yogi.
Hello, Superstar Selma. That was quite a song.
I got a new song called 24/7, and I'm excited to sing it to you.
You're going to sing it tonight? You're going to wait until Friday?
I'm going to sing it right now.
Okay. You know how we do it, right?
Yes, no music. Because I don't want you to get copyrighted because that would be no bueno.
Exactly, it would. You're such a good friend, Selma.
You're welcome. It goes like this. Oh my god. And then I'm the one. And too close to my children, I say how to stone. But it's not my fault. That's how it goes. That is a rap right there. No!
You're not going to rap?
I am. So, it's called 24/7, and I'm excited to sing it to you. And you guys will hear it. My new song just came out, and I'm excited.
All right.
If you don't know what I'm saying, it's a beautiful song. It's called 24/7. Pushy, oh my god, and out and mine. Those that too close to my shoulders that hard to stone. But it's not my fault. I couldn't thought. What you want, curious. I can let you curious. I can make this obvious. You can know that, you can know that, you can know that dangerous. Animals are accident. If you live with me, I will make you fall in love and never regret it. I told you, look at it. I mean, I will take it, you will forget it. I'm in your head, you're my friend. Before I can 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. I'm in your head. I'm in your head for 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24, 24, 24, 24/7. Yes. Yogi.
You're doing great. You're doing great, Selma. You're doing great.
Desires of my eyes. The night. Curious, I still what you're curious. I don't make this obvious. You should know that, you should know that, you should know that dangerous. I'm gonna be no accident if you will with me. I will make you fall in love with every quarter. If I'm not telling you, if you're begging, I will take it, you won't forget it. I'm in your head, going. Before I try to be up me 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. I'm in your head. I'm in your head for 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24, 24, 24, 24/7. I did it.
Not only did you did it, but you did it fantastic.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That might have been your best song ever. You know why? Because you
Why?
were on point. You were really into it. You were feeling it. That was awesome. Yep. Toy Pup says Selma is grooving out.
Yeah, because I'm a rap now. I do rap music now. But at the same time, s- that song is about my brother's daughter being alone because she's 24/7 alone.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you came up to share it with us.
Yeah, and I I like to rap, but that's kind of like a dancing um a song that I do. So I put like dancing into the into that song. So this is can I show you the dance? This is I'm in your head when you shake your head. I'm in your head. I'm in your head
Ah,
and blessing and um and I did so good and it was amazing.
it was amazing. Absolutely. Toy Pup says you set the standards so high. You know what, Toy Pups? I don't recall you ever doing a dance to any of your song. Have you? I, Selma has
You
Selma has
have
laid it down.
I'm gonna try this again. So just to get this right, and I want to I want probably mommy to hear it. The
Okay.
song, the whole
Well,
thing.
she already heard you.
I'm so confused. I don't know. Oh shit,
That's
oh my
okay.
god. And now I'm the one. And now I feel close and my children I have to go. But it's not my fault. I'm God. Anyway, what you want? Curious. I feel what you're curious. I just was it obvious. You should know that, you should know that, you should know that dangerous. I'm not into accident. If you live with me, I will make you fall in love with your cousin. I said, you need a record. Begging. I wait to the, forget it. I'm in your head, I'm in your head. Before I could yeah, 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. A menu with a menu have 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24, 24, 24, 24/7. You want this love, desire, eyes for the night. Curious, Mr. Curious, even when you're obvious, you should know that, you should know that, you should know that dangerous. Hanging with no accident. If you live with me, I will make you for the level of the credit. These but I'm right to the, I'm right to the, forget it. I'm in your head, I'm in your head, listen, that's for that thing. Me, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. I'm in your head, I'm in your head, but 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. I did it.
You did it. Did you see me dancing along?
No,
I did. I did.
Okay, I want to see you dance. I want
You'll have to watch it later. I was Toy Pups. You saw me dance. I was doing when you were 24. I was going 7, 24/7. I'm in your head. I was there.
to
I was grooving. I
try
was grooving with Selma.
it. Try again. I want to see you.
Well, Big Al's gonna come up. We'll see if I can dance later.
Yeah.
Only 2 people have ever seen me here in the live stream. See me dance before. Well, now everyone.
Hold on. Let me try again. I do 24/7. I do 24, and then you do 7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. You did
I did. That was it.
it.
All right. So Selma, all right. Sissy's laughing. All right, that was for you guys. That was for you guys because man, you've been with me, and I really appreciate that. Everyone has really stepped up through some difficult times. So you deserve me. You deserve seeing me look absolutely ridiculous. Toy Pop says those are some bad A moves. All right. So hey, our friend Big Al wants to come up with some news. You want to come up? You want to come up when we're closing things down tonight?
Yeah,
Thank you, Selma. Thanks for singing.
you're welcome. And then we
Hey,
have
Selma.
to rewatch the thing that you was doing that dancing.
Right. Don't clip it, Selma.
What?
Don't clip it. That's just between all of us. No one else gets to see it. You know what? Do you know why, Selma?
Yeah.
Because if people saw me dancing, they would be copying my moves everywhere. Everyone would be doing the 24/7 dance. We can't have that happen. See, Heavenly
No.
Source says, I seen you, Yogi Bear. All right, so let's get Mint is laughing. Let's get so it's Toy Pups. Let's get Big Al up to share his news. I think he said he has good news and bad news. What do you want to hear first? The good news or the bad news?
Good news.
Me too. All right. So I'll see you in a little bit, Selma.
Yeah.
Thanks for making me dance.
You're welcome. And see you at 24/7.
Wait a minute. You're going to see me when?
I will see you at 24/7.
That's right.
I want to do 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Look at that.
24/7.
Thank you, Selma.
Bye. You're welcome.
Do the hokey pokey. I got a bad back. I could hokey, but I don't think I could pokey anymore. And if I put those two together, I'd be in traction for a week. I did heavy squats today. I did kettlebell long. I'm making up every excuse I know not to do the hokey pokey. Sometimes I put my left foot in, I just don't want to take it out. I went to all that trouble to put my left foot in, and now you told me to take it out, and then I got to shake it all out. It's too much, just too much. And then I got to start over with my right. Nope. If I put my left foot in, my left foot is standing, and I will decide myself if I want to shake it all out. I am master of my own left foot. No one tells me to shake my foot. Not even Big Al, not even the governor. can come up on my live stream and say, Yogi, put your left foot in, now put it out, now shake it all about. Sorry,
I would
Big Al.
never. I would never. I would, however, try and persuade you to eat a bowl of mushy peas, or at least a spoonful of mushy peas, but over time.
Hey, on the subject of mushy peas, we have reached a compromise. I'm going to eat one dried pea.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'm all for that, Yogi. That sounds like a fair deal. What was the compromise? You have to eat one dry pea, and what's the other side of the compromise?
No one will ever mention it again. A done deal.
I can't promise anything.
Well, you're not much of a negotiator, Big Al.
I can negotiate when I want something. I'm not really good at negotiating for other people. Other people's feelings.
All right. What are you going to start with? Did you say you had good news and bad news?
Well, I have good news and bad news, and I was going to start with the bad news because obviously I want to get the bad news out and then finish on a high note.
Okay.
But you asked Salma, and she wanted the bad news last, so I don't know.
Well,
it's up to you, Yogi. It's your stream. I wanted to start with the bad news personally.
I like ending with good news because I want to feel good.
Yeah, and it's really good news. It's really happy good news.
All right.
So I do want to end on that if that's okay.
Yep, you got it.
So yesterday, Kat knows this. I don't know how many other people in the chat know this. It depends on who was in Kat's stream this morning. But I was knocked off my bike yesterday.
That's the bad news.
Yes.
And how do you feel?
So
hey, how's your bike?
I haven't checked it. Honestly, I was knocked off by a woman on her phone. She's not paying attention to driving. She was too busy on her phone, and she got out swearing at me, blaming me. But then, in an admission of guilt by accident, when the police turned, she stood there and said, "I didn't see him." So the police said, because the police were stood there, obviously, they said, "Well, you blamed him, but then admitted that you didn't see him. So how can he be at fault if you didn't know he was there?" And then, obviously, to drop herself in it even more, they said, "What were you doing to not notice him?" And she said, "Oh, I was trying to find the sat nav on my phone." To which they obviously responded, "Why didn't you pull over?" But what makes it worse is she got out swearing at me, blaming me, and then got back in her car and drove off.
Wow.
Which in the UK is illegal. You're not supposed to leave the scene of an accident until things are resolved. If it can be resolved at the side of the road, like if you have a minor bump with someone, you're not required to phone the police or anything. But for an incident like that where someone's been injured, you're supposed to, stay at the scene and phone the police and,
right,
swap details if it requires it. And
so, any charges against her?
It's got to be investigated. There's a lot of stuff to go through on the CCTV. I'm not going to make it out that everything was her fault in regards to the actions afterwards. The incident itself was her fault. I was not in her blind spot. She changed lanes without indicating. She was on her phone. That's all on her. But I admitted to the police as soon as they turned up. I didn't react in the best way. My emotions got the better of me. I took off my helmet. I mean, I've got a sprained wrist. They thought I'd broken my arm, and I have got to go back for X-rays on my elbow. But I came off my bike. Obviously, she full on knocked me off my bike. I've got a bruised hip and a bad arm. But I took off my helmet and threw it at her car. And I won't repeat any of the words that I said, but I called her some not nice names. The police, said you shouldn't have called her stuff, but I was in a lot of pain. In fact,
Right.
soon no one phoned an ambulance, as in like the police or anything, because they were willing to take me to hospital. But an ambulance came like minutes later. So obviously, someone that had seen called an ambulance because there was a lot of people around. I mean, there was a lot of. Go ahead.
I can't imagine the police saying you shouldn't have called someone names after you were hit by a bike. I
mean, I called her some. I didn't. I I don't want to repeat any of them, but there's an R word that's not very nice for
Right.
that we use for slow people.
But that could be understandable. I'm not saying that it's the best thing to do, but you're
No.
not at your best after you've been hit by a car.
Regarding throwing the helmet at the car, I said, I asked if that was an offence, if that's, if I'm going to be charged for criminal damage or anything like that. And they took one look at the car and said no. They were able to say that off the, on the spot that no, there's no damage caused. I didn't do it out of malice. I did it as a reaction to the pain, to the anger, to the shock. There was a lot of things going on for me at the minute, and I was trying to get off the road. I couldn't pick my bike up to move it because obviously my arm.
Right.
So quite nicely, a bloke in the van behind the car that I threw my helmet at, the helmet bounced off the windscreen, went over the car and hit his van.
Oh wow.
Which I apologised to him straight away. I was like, I did not mean for that to hit your van. And he said, it's no worries. I saw what happened. I hope you're okay. And I said, yeah. He picked up my bike for me and brought it onto the pavement. I'm assuming there's some damage because the wheel came off. There was that much of an impact that my rear wheel came off. So I'm assuming there's damage. But because I was taken to hospital by ambulance, the police were quite nice as well. They said, we can take your bike home for you if you want. So they brought my bike home and left it with a neighbour that I trusted. But yeah, there was lots to process. I was in hospital from sort of 11 o'clock yesterday morning until 4 or 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And I mentioned in Cat's stream this morning that I kind of let myself down a little bit because I got totally drunk last night.
I did hear you say that. Did I see that somewhere else too?
Sorry?
Were you on another live stream too?
No, I've only been in Cats this morning.
I thought I saw something about, maybe it was someone else. They ended their streak. They hadn't had a drink. And how long has it been for you, Big Al?
Since 2020.
Yeah, I guess maybe it was in Cats this morning.
It was, there was someone else in Cat's stream that said about drinking, and I said I ruined it for myself. I was disappointed with myself because I also got drunk last night.
That's all. Hey, did I ever tell you the 12-step program, right?
No, I don't think so, Yogi.
But you've heard of it for addiction?
Yes, yep.
Right, 12 steps. I wrote something for my stepdaughter, and actually for someone I didn't even know because I heard a conversation. My stepdaughter had lapsed several times, and she would always beat herself up. And I would say, it's okay. And she said, but how can you say it's okay? You've been sober at the time, I guess this was a couple years ago, 24 years or so. I've been sober for 26 years.
Wow.
And I said, here's the thing. It's always and only day one. It's never day one and day two, day three. It's always and only day one. And right now you're sober. Relax. Right now, have you had a drink today?
No.
You're
I'm
sober.
not. I didn't plan on it yesterday, and I don't plan on it in the future. It was just, I think a lot of things got to me. One of my neighbours offered me a drink, and I've said no to her a few times. And then just something about yesterday, I just said, yeah, okay, let me go to the shop and get a few bits that I need, and I'll knock when I get back. So we sat and had a few drinks, and I mean, I've not drank since 2020, so I had a lot of my first drink was like, I don't know, I'd say half a pint of whiskey. And I just downed it, and she said, wow, and I was like, I think I needed it. And then after that, we had some mixed drinks and stuff, and we were sat talking. I don't know how many drinks I exactly had, but she was fine. I wanted to come home, but she said, no, I'm not letting you go anywhere because you're in pain and now you've had a drink. You're not very steady on your feet, because I weren't. Like I say, I was completely drunk. I'm not a steady drunk at all. And like I say, because I've not had a drink for a long time. Also, I drank on an empty stomach because I hadn't eaten all day because I'd been sat in hospital.
Right.
So there was, but I think I really needed it. I don't plan on drinking anymore. It wasn't a planned thing. Like I say, I just came home. She said, oh, I think you could do with a drink. And I said, yeah. And from there, obviously,
Well, don't let yourself be disappointed. And just enjoy where you are today. You're safe. You're sober. You're not too banged up, sore, but you're not no like actual damage. We'll get your
Yeah.
bike back on the road, and then we'll shift into good news. Right?
Yes. Yep.
Are you ready for it?
Totally.
What do we got?
So I will be introducing you at some point soon, not quite yet, to my child. I say my child. I don't mean my human child. I'm getting a dog.
I heard that in live stream too, but that is big news. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's you said 6 weeks old.
He's 6 weeks old at the minute. I've got to wait until he's 10 weeks. So another 4 weeks, obviously, and then I can have him.
Have you seen him?
I have, yes. I chose him because there was a litter of 9 puppies. And I specifically said to the woman, I was like, I would like a male. And then there was 3 white ones, 3 black ones, and then there was 3 black and brown ones as well, sorry. And I said, well, I want one of the ones that actually looks like a German Shepherd. Because the black and brown ones actually look like German Shepherds straight from the go, if that makes sense.
It does. Hey, Big Al, can you
Yeah.
look in the chat because we got everyone celebrating for you right now.
Wow. I love you too, Kat. That's really nice of you. Thank you.
Kat says awesome. Becca says, Big Al, congratulations on the new baby fluff. Evan Source says, awesome, Big Al. Sissy sends us some smiling emojis. Stitchy says cat. She thinks you should get a cat instead of a dog. And that's awesome.
Who said I should get a
Toy
cat instead of a
Pups
dog?
said Stitchy, I was making that up. Stitchy said cat because she's happy to see cat.
Ah, right.
Seb says, oh, nice one, Big Al. Love the company for you. Sissy's celebrating. I got you, Stitchy.
I prefer. I don't know where that came from. I appreciate it, everybody. I think I read Richard's comment as I said it. I appreciate everybody's kindness.
Toy Pup says, a new puppy is so adorable. Congratulations.
I would like for you to all actually meet my human child, but she lives with her mum, so.
Hey, Dan. Do you get a chance to visit?
Yeah, I just don't show her on camera because there's too many
That's
predators on the internet.
right. Smart thinking.
When she was first born, I had, obviously, as you know, Yogi, I had another channel. I lost my train of thought there, sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I had a channel before, as you know, and when she was first born, I had her on there a little bit. And there were some comments, not really weird comments, but there were comments saying, oh, you need to have your daughter on a little bit more and stuff like that. And it was a bit, I'm not sure how to take that.
Too much.
Grown adults saying bring your daughter on a little bit more when she was like 1 year old. No, I refuse to have my daughter
Sure.
on the
Hey.
on the internet anymore.
Lee wants to know, Big Al, any names in the pipeline?
Yeah, I'm thinking Rolo
This is a nice name.
because of the colouring. Obviously, Rolos. I don't know if you have them in America,
Yep.
Yogi, but Rolos are like little chocolate things with caramel in, and obviously because the inside is obviously a lighter brown because it's caramel, and then obviously the chocolate on the outside is a darker brown. And I mean, okay, he's black and brown, but to me it's like a Rolo. So
Sure. Darren says hi to you, by the way.
hi, Darren.
And Becca Boo says, big love, Big Al.
I'm sure. Thank you, Becca. Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of the name Rolo, but I'm thinking of a few names, but Rolo's like the top one that I thought of first. It's like, and a few people that I've spoken to in person, I mean, have said they like it as well. I saw my friend Emma today for coffee, and she likes the name Roller. She got to see a photo of him. I don't want to put the photo on YouTube because I want to actually put an actual picture of him on.
Uh-huh.
And maybe I'll show him in your stream if that's okay, Yogi.
Of course, absolutely.
A few people where I live, a few of my neighbours and stuff, and a few of my friends have already said when you get him, I want to see him, and it's like, yeah, well, when he's here, I'll send you a text message or phone you, and you can come and visit and see him. So yeah, that's like 3 people have already said that. Like, oh, as soon as you get him, and it's like, yeah, as soon as I get him. but no, like I say, there was a litter of 9. I chose which one I wanted. The lady did say that she wouldn't reserve any, but since payday's next week, she's willing to keep hold of him till then.
Now, any training for it to be an emotional support dog, or is it enough just to have a dog for the emotional support?
I've looked into it, and you can register any pet. Well, not any pet, obviously, but you can register most pets. You can register most pets to be a support animal.
Hey, I wonder what the weirdest animal to be a support animal would be.
I don't know. I was looking at something and I did see something. I don't know whether I was told or whether I read it. I can't remember.
Could you
But
have
I did
an
see
emotional
something.
an emotional support hermit crab?
I've not seen that, but I did see something to do with there was I must have seen a picture of it actually. There was like an iguana with like
Oh,
a
wow.
harness and a lead on.
You know what my views on that? If you love something and it gives you support, it's all good, no matter what it is.
Yep. Well, I want to. I mean, I've grown up around dogs. You know, from I was like 6. In fact, obviously, because I'm getting a dog, I spoke to Mum about all this stuff, and I was 6 when my mum got her first dog, and since then she's always had dogs. So I've grown up with dogs and stuff. I know, how to look after a dog and things like that. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't get an animal if I didn't know how to look after it.
Right.
I mean, I kind of use the same or similar example when it comes to children. I don't, I'd never been a father before my partner had a daughter, but I'm 10 years younger, 10 years older than my brother. So I helped with him growing up. So again, it kind of gave me a little bit of experience with looking after a child.
Right.
And obviously, because I'm 10 years older than him, I often babysat for my parents as well. So yeah, I when obviously my partner had our daughter, I kind of had a bit of experience, whereas my partner was brand new to parenting, full stop. She didn't have any children, and she obviously didn't have any siblings that are younger than her. So it was kind of me using the experience I already had from helping my mum look after my brother and stuff.
Right.
And yeah.
Well, that is big news.
Yeah, I was so excited to share it. I wanted to come up last night. In fact, I did say a couple of times in the chat, can I come up after Squirrel? But I don't think you saw my comments, Yogi.
I actually did, and I replied back. I wasn't able to answer, but I did write in the chat that Squirrel would probably be up for the duration.
I didn't see that. I'm really sorry. But yesterday, obviously, as I said, I was drunk and there was painkillers and stuff, and I kept falling asleep. In fact, I've done a lot of sleeping today. I went out with my friend Emma. In fact, I said to her this morning, I think the sugar helped wake me up, because obviously I was still feeling the effects of the drink this morning. We went to a cafe and I had a white chocolate and strawberry frappe and an Italian iced bun thing with cream in it. And there was a ton of sugar in everything I had. And obviously, as soon as I had it, like my eyes felt like they'd just opened really wide. And I said to my friend Emma, I said, well, this has definitely woken up. I think I needed the sugar. And And then I went out with my friend Ellie this afternoon, and we had a coffee together. And yeah, I felt more alive today. Whereas yesterday I was obviously on morphine and things like that, and the stress and the pain. And yeah, I today I've had a really slow day. I've just not been very with it.
Hey, we have a request, by the way,
Yeah.
from Heavenly Star. It says, "Let's see that handsome face, Big Al."
Ooh. She's obviously talking about you, Yogi, because I haven't got a handsome face.
She didn't say, "Let's see that handsome face, Yogi." Whenever there's never any pressure. You have
Yes.
mentioned sometime maybe wanting to do so.
Yeah.
When you are ready, when you're ready, and only then, let us know.
I will, Yogi. I will. Like I say, it helped. It helped last weekend when I came up and sang, and I can't remember what it was. It was it Led Zeppelin?
Yep.
Like I said, Yogi, I'm sorry, my memory is just a bit fuzzy at the moment. But yeah,
Sure.
Led Zeppelin. I came up. I felt like I ruined it. I forgot there was some high parts in there, so obviously that took me by shock. But I still went for it. The positivity that came from it, the nice comments, everyone appreciating it, and all that kind of stuff filled me with confidence. And at that moment, like I say, I just something inside me was like, wow, I've got that much confidence from these comments to just turn my camera around. That confidence isn't there right now. I'm tired. I'm not feeling that confident anyway. So yeah, no, not right now. Sorry.
Understood. Allison Bird says she's glad you're feeling better. Our friend Gravity Core Fitness is here.
Oh, hi, Mark and Joe. And hi, Alison. I remember you from Mark and Joe's streams.
And Debster from New York is here. This is our friend Debbie. Debs. So she says Duncan.
Is that the same Debs that comes in?
Yep.
Or is that a different one?
Same one.
But yeah, no, I like I say, I really want to share that news with you. I didn't see you in Cat's stream this morning, so I didn't know that you already knew.
I was there, but quiet.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, if you already knew, I wouldn't have come up to share the news with you. Obviously, I would have.
But there was lots of people who didn't know. So I'm glad. Hey, I'm host to your good news, and I'm host for your bad news, and I'm host for anything that you're going through. And that includes anyone in the chat. If they need to share something, if they want to share something, if they want to spread some joy, this is a place to do it. I hope.
That's true, and that's very appreciated. And I tell everyone in the chat from my own perspective, on the tail end of what Yogi said, I do recommend coming up and saying hi to everyone. It is a nice feeling, and it's brilliant talking to Yogi himself in person, in the sense of obviously physically talking. Because the problem with the chat is, as everyone will know, there's a limit on how many characters. So if you're typing out something, all of this stuff, I would have had to tell you in multiple comments. I wouldn't have been able to tell you in one block that I'm getting a dog and I had an accident and all that kind of stuff. There'd have been too much to type. So it is nice to come up and speak to Yogi. So I do recommend, if you ever, anyone in the chat, if you ever ever having a bad day, or you have some good news or bad news even, Yogi's willing to listen, and it's really fun to speak to Yogi. So do come up.
Thank you, Big Al. I appreciate hearing that. Or if you want to harmonize, or is that just me and you?
That's our thing, Yogi.
Okay, all right.
Can't let anyone take that away from us.
You got it. I don't think anyone else could do it with me, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But no, I have a wonderful time every time I come up, Yogi. And then as for the singing, I didn't see the poll. I mean, like I say, I've been out, so
right.
I haven't been on my phone a lot. But as for the singing, absolutely keep the singing on a weekend. It's really fun.
All they need to know then, that you guys like it, that you're enjoying it. Some people have asked me, how do I feel like I'm on point? with my message. But here's the thing, all of those yoga, meditation, breath work, even of course miracles, they are all designed to help people feel good and to be at peace.
Yeah.
So it's one thing talking about them. It's another thing if you can just be a presence for people to come up and do what we're doing, Big Al. Because
Yeah.
you just affirmed it for me. You feel better when you come up and you hang out. So that's what it's all about.
Oh, for sure. I don't come up here. I mean, I don't come up here to purely. I can't think of the word. It's gone. I really apologize for that, Yogi. But I don't come up here for the attention. I come up here to tell you the news.
Right.
When I first came in the stream, I mean that kind of proves it. When I first came in the stream, there was no one in. There was I think 4 of us. It was me, Selma, Cat, and Squirrel. So I didn't ask for the attention. I asked because I wanted to tell you. Like I've just said, if I'd known you already knew, I wouldn't have wanted to come up. But you said obviously, it's to share with everyone anyway. But no, I wanted to share my news with you, Yogi. It's special to me, and as I've said before, plenty of times, you're my friend, Yogi, and I like sharing that news with you. I like sharing my life with you.
I want to add something in that also even if you did know that I knew, just reading about it isn't the same as you and I having this conversation.
That's
You
true,
know?
Yogi. That's true.
So even if you think I might have heard it at Cats or somewhere else, always feel free to come up. Otherwise, you and I would miss out on having a conversation.
Yeah, no, I absolutely really love this. I do. I love speaking to you, Yogi. It's always fun. It always is. I've always got a smile on my face when I'm talking to you. Even if I'm having a really bad day, as soon as I come up here and we start talking, all of my problems are forgotten about. My main focus becomes Yogi and telling Yogi about my day and telling Yogi about all the good things that have happened and you giving your advice and your input on things.
Man, I can't tell you. I mentioned before yesterday how much I needed to hear that, as well as watching you step up to help out the chat. Both Sniper was up. All of that meant so much to me.
No, I really appreciate the managing mod role, Yogi. I do. I didn't expect it. That guy came in. He started off really nice. I don't get it. He started off really respectful. Him and super artist were talking, politely to each other, and then he just changed. His whole demeanor changed. He started being really antagonistic.
Yes.
And you said, keep. Well, I was the first one to say it. I think I said keep it respectful or get a timeout. And then you said, obviously, you can share but not debate. I gave him another warning. I gave him 60-second timeout. He came back. He carried on. I gave him 5 minutes, and then you commented, obviously because you were talking to Squirrel. You commented and said next one's for the night. He didn't come back, thankfully. I don't know whether he saw that as his warning and didn't want that, didn't want the ban for the night. But he didn't comment anymore after that.
And the reason for no debate is if you debate religion, is there ever a winner? Can our friend Super Champ be wrong for being a Muslim?
No.
And can someone be right just for being a Christian? And
No.
what if you want to be right for being a Christian, but you don't even act very Christian-like? So to debate something like that just seems there's probably a channel for that, and probably an excellent channel, but this isn't
Well,
it.
it's how wars are started, isn't it, Yogi?
It is. And you mentioned it.
Religions start wars, so it's just better, like you said. You didn't want it in the chat, so you gave the warning to share but not debate, and I think that was very fair. You didn't completely shut everyone down. You didn't say don't speak about it. You said share but don't debate, because you didn't want the arguments and you didn't want the trouble and you didn't want it's hassle for everyone else as well. So
Right.
I appreciate that. I completely understand why you said it, and all I did was watch. You know, I'm a mod, and my job is to watch the chat and make sure people aren't that they're listening to what Yogi says and doing what Yogi advises because it is your channel. And he didn't get that. He couldn't grasp it. I think one of my comments may have been a little bit on the cuff because I said I did comment to him saying that he wasn't comprehending the English language, and I think that was a little bit on the cuff. I shouldn't have said it, but you know, he wasn't grasping what you were saying because he was completely ignoring you. So he got that time out, and yeah, it was sorted.
And I forget what I was going to say, but let me type a comment real quick. Oh, I'll go ahead and say it. Yeah, Debs, this was someone different last night who, as Big Al said, came in and just was offering his thoughts on Christianity, which was nice. You know, not all of it resonated with me, but feel free to share. But then he started basically saying that, you know, we are wrong for believing anything different than what he believed. One thing I wanted to add is, and I think you heard me mention that you heard the plan about giving a warning, gentle warning, timing out for whatever length of time you think is deservable, and if they continue, the timed out for the day.
Yeah, I think Yogi. Sorry to interrupt. I think I gave him a 60-second and gave him a warning. Said if you come, you know, think about what you're saying and then come back, be respectful. He came back. I gave him another 60 seconds for repeating himself, and then it was the 5-minute one, and that's when you said in the chat, you know, the next one's for the night, Big Al, and I said yes, Yogi, and then like I say, but after that, I think he took that as his warning. He didn't come back again.
What I want is a place where people feel. I mentioned this before. There's really no safe place on the internet. The nature of the internet is to mess with people. You know what I mean? That there's always going to be someone who's going to want to troll or press a button. The tools that I've learned through a lifetime of practice and meditation, becoming certified as a teacher, is we can diminish our own buttons, if not completely eliminate them, so that you are bulletproof. No one can get you out of your lane. And but it's hard to get there. It takes practice. So we do breath work, we practice. So right now I'm for that compromise where Big Al, I'm thinking of you and Lee, Sissy, ninjas. Yes, people don't know you're there. People don't know that you're a top mod until you need to be a top mod, and then bam.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm looking for compromise. I don't like people getting banned. So this is a way of dealing with people without ever having to ban someone.
Yeah.
Darren says, I get this question fairly often. What's your cat's name? Big Al, would you like to tell Darren my cat's names?
It made me chuckle. I saw it. Obviously, I was paying attention to what you were saying, so I wasn't looking at the chat. But you said that, and I looked at the chat, and it made me chuckle. I'm really sorry. So it's okay. Black Cat 1 and Black Cat, and the other Black Cat.
Yes.
They are the cat's names, Black Cat and the other Black Cat. And they're interchangeable as well, as Yogi pointed out one time.
I was going to ask you.
Because from one day to the next, you don't know which one's which.
But from one moment. Except one likes to be upstairs. So sometimes I call one the upstairs cat and the other downstairs cat. But sometimes they'll surprise me. And one likes to sit with me when I let her and meditate with me. And the other likes to do, when I'm downstairs, she likes to do yoga and breath work with me. So I also occasionally have yoga cat and meditation cat. But it always goes back to Black Cat and the other Black Cat.
I've just, Skits has just said there's only one cat, Yogi's insane. And actually, we've never seen both cats together. So yeah, Skits has a point.
Skits said that?
Sorry, did I say skits? I didn't mean skits. I meant who can I blame very quickly? Sorry, Becca, you're taking the blame on this one. It was Becca that said that. Sorry,
I
not
thought
skits.
it. I thought at
Skits would
first
never
he
say
said.
such a thing.
I thought at first he said cat, and
No, Cat would never say such a thing.
I don't know. I don't know. Cat likes to be, and admittedly, she likes to be contrary. You ever seen the movie Dirty Dancing?
A long time ago.
And there's a line, no one puts baby in a corner.
Oh yes, yeah.
No one puts cat in the corner.
Cat is loved by everybody. Cat is adored. Cat is a tomato.
I agree. I agree.
Cat is the most ripe, most juicy, most loved tomato in the whole field.
I agree. I agree with that too. I'm not sure how Cat would feel being. Can you say that again? You said ripe, lush.
The most ripe, juicy tomato in the whole field.
Right. Someone needs to clip that. That's what needs to be clipped.
Oh dear.
Deb
That's
just
not
says,
going to end well.
no name for kitties. Well, they came to me at they were 10 years old. They were adopted. Actually, I've never really named the cat before. Milka named the cat once back when we were married. She named it. You'll like this. She named it Freddie, after Freddie Mercury. And when we got divorced, I got custody of the cat, and immediately stopped calling it Freddie. Not out of spite, but because
Yeah.
because once we had a copper colored cat, so I called her Copper.
Yep. Makes sense.
So yeah, so black cats because they're black. Now it would be ridiculous if they were orange cats. If I called them black cats, I agree with everyone. It would be ridiculous. But fortunately, they came as black cats, so they automatically had a name. But at 10, I figured they had names already, so and they know what they are. They don't need me to correct them.
Yeah, true.
And they weren't forthcoming. They didn't say, "Don't call me that." So I figured we're cool.
Can I share with you one of the thoughts at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep? It's a very weird thought, but it's like something that I genuinely think about sometimes, and I want to share it with you and see if anyone in the chat or yourself, Yogi, has ever had these kind of thoughts. But you have that moment at 3 o'clock in the morning when you can't sleep. You've been awake all night tossing and turning. You're really, really tired, and for some reason your brain asks you something very stupid. And I wonder, do animals talk to each other? I mean,
Yes.
they meow and they communicate. I know they communicate. I'm not completely stupid. I know that animals communicate. But do you think they're actually having a full conversation, or do you think they just hear a meow and the tone of it means something? Or does a meow to a cat, is a meow a word to a cat, do you think?
I think
Opinions,
so.
people.
I think it's expressive.
Right, okay.
And we're finding more and more information, knowledge on the intelligence of animals that go way beyond what we originally thought.
Indeed.
Becca says, yes,
I mean,
animals can talk to each other.
You talk about owning cats, Yogi, but everyone knows that people don't own cats. We're just servants to them.
True. I don't even think that I own dogs. I get the privilege of living with a dog.
I've got to interrupt and I've got to change the subject very quickly. Sol, have you actually clipped that? What I said about cat?
She's gonna send it to me.
Sol said that she's got the clip and she will send it to you. And I'm actually really scared now because I don't know what Cat's going to think.
I think we're gonna call it not a clip. I think we're gonna call it evidence. We're gonna call it exhibit. We're gonna call it Exhibit A.
Well, if Cat loves me as much as she says she does, then all will be forgiven, I think.
Here's my thoughts. She's gonna laugh.
that, in my opinion, there's nothing to be forgiven. It wasn't. I didn't mean ripe and juicy in in any kind of sexual way or any kind of inappropriate way. I meant ripe and juicy in because what I said, my full sentence was, she's the most ripe and juicy tomato in the whole field, which means basically, to me, Kat is the most beautiful woman in the world. That's basically what that translates into. That's honestly, I'm not sugar. I'm not being a kiss ass or a brown nose. Genuinely, that is what that translates into.
I agree, and everyone knows my feelings towards Kat. So I'm in full agreement with you. Hey, our friend Darren wants to know where you're from.
England. Did you mean? Sorry, that wasn't sarcasm. It sounded a bit sarcastic. Did you mean specifically, or did you mean country? Because country, I'm from England. Specifically, I'm from Lincolnshire, county of Lincolnshire. Obviously in England. It's in the East Midlands.
Lincolnshire.
Yeah.
How did I do?
Spot on. You can't really ruin the pronunciation of that. I'll
Yeah,
be honest.
But I'm giving myself credit when I find it. After the Edinburgh controversy a couple of days ago.
Saying Edinburgh isn't too bad, but your pronunciation of Leicester was horrendous. I think didn't you say Leicester or something like that?
No.
You liar. But no, honestly, Edinburgh is better than however you pronounce Leicester, and your pronunciation of Lincolnshire was spot on. It was yeah.
Now, did I say Edinburgh to make Nightmare laugh? He'll ask
Right,
me.
okay.
He'll say, Yogi, can you say Edinburgh? So
Is Nightmare from Edinburgh?
I think he is.
Nightmare, would you tell us in the chat if you're still here where you're from, please? If that's not too personal, apologies. I usually wouldn't ask people where they're from, but we're on the subject of asking people where they're from, so it felt natural.
Deb
I wonder where Debster from NY is from. That's very. I'm thinking New Jersey or somewhere.
Could be New Jersey. Deb says Baltimore has its own accent.
Sorry, Yogi, I interrupted. Go ahead.
She was saying Baltimore has its own accent, and I'm right outside of Baltimore. Every once in a while, a little bit of Baltimore accent slips out. They like if you go into the ocean. Even when I say ocean, there's an O, ocean. But it's going to the ocean, hun. Going to the ocean, hun. How they say it in Baltimore, and they'll say zinc instead of sink.
Right.
Wash your hands in the zinc before we go down to the ocean, hun. Is the Baltimore accent. Yeah, when they say library instead of library. But I was born in Western PA, which has its own accent as well. And my dad was born in upstate New York or upstate Pennsylvania, which has a little different accent. So I picked up their accent as well as the Baltimore accent. Just a bit of a mix.
Well, Nightmare is from Glasgow, not Edinburgh, Yogi.
I didn't think he was from Glasgow. Glaswaggony is from Edinburgh, Yogi. How dare you say Glaswagon? Glaswagon is from Edinburgh. It's from Edinburgh.
I'll let Nightmare correct your pronunciation of that word that you said. It's not Glaswagian though, Yogi.
Yeah.
It's a very funny pronunciation.
Darren's
from Merseyside, Liverpool.
Well, let me hear you say it.
It's Glaswegian.
That's ridiculous. It's clearly Glaswagon. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nightmare.
Yeah, Darren's from Merseyside, Liverpool. And fun fact about the Olympics, actually, most British Olympians are from Liverpool, especially sprinters, because if you don't run through there with no trainers. Darren might appreciate that joke. It's a joke aimed at the fact that stereotypically there's a lot of thieves in Liverpool.
It's a port town. Port towns are notoriously pretty rough, aren't they?
No comment, Yuki.
Nightmare says that he says I think he did a typo because he put "you're killing me, Yogi." I think he meant that I'm killing it. That I got the pronunciation exactly right. I think is that what he meant to say. A little bit of typo because he put in "you're killing me right." You kill me right now. But I think what he meant to say was that I'm killing it. I'm nailing it. I'm getting it exactly the way it's supposed to be.
I think you're right. You know what, Yogi? That's one thing I say about me and you. We're good. We're so quick on the draw that we're good at turning people's words around, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, really.
I think it depends on who we're talking to. It has gotten me in trouble with authority figures.
Yeah,
Especially-
that's
especially in
that's true.
school. When I was being taught by nuns, they don't appreciate it, even a little bit. Sniper says, just like naming cats. Eric says what he sees. There you go. Thank you, Sniper.
That's true, actually. I wanted to make a joke, but I didn't want people to be offended. I was going to say about obviously I'm joking. When I was going to say it's train of thought tonight is playing havoc with me. My joke was aimed at Americans being simplistic and saying almost like when people say "well done, Sherlock," because your cats are named Black Cat and they were Black Cat, and it's so
Right.
simple and but I didn't want people to take offense to it, so I held on to that. But since someone's mentioned that you're very to the point, we'll say it makes sense.
Nightmare says, not sure what I love hearing more. You saying Edinburgh or Glaswegian? Pretty sure. I'm going with Glaswegian. No.
Glaswegian is much more funny than Edinburgh.
You think so?
Yes. It's funnier in my opinion. It got a proper laugh out of me when you first said it, and
Hey,
Edinburgh didn't.
Has it ever occurred to you that maybe they're saying it wrong?
I mean, they are Scottish. There's a chance that. Yeah.
Hey, Michael.
No, and NY Debs, you've got it mixed up. I was being I apologise. You've missed the sarcasm. When I said I wonder where Debster from NY is from, it was aimed at the fact that NY is literally in your name, so it's clearly New York, which is why I said New Jersey, because I know New Jersey is right next to New York. I apologise that you didn't, get that. It's me being sarcastic as per usual.
Could have meant not yet. Debbie from Not Yet.
Debbie, yeah.
Could have been.
Debbie from near you.
See, could have been that too. Because you know
So
what?
she's much closer than I thought she was.
She actually lived in Baltimore at one point, not too far from me. And if she ever comes down for a visit again, we'll get together, have a cup of coffee.
Can I join you for that cup of coffee as well?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hey,
You might have to pay for the coffee, because by the time I've paid for a ticket and travelled, it's I'm not going to be able to afford the coffee.
Not a problem. I can definitely spring for coffee. If you get yourself over here, if I get a new car and we'll pick up Debbie and we'll drive down and we'll hang out with Kat. We'll hang out on the porch.
That sounds like an amazing. Well, I was going to say weekend, but it's pointless. But it sounds like a good week or so.
We could take a 3-day weekend. How long would it take to fly to the States?
I don't know, it's not that long. I don't think it's a few hours. I've never flown to the US.
You've
Flown to
never been.
Cyprus.
You have any desire to come to the US?
I've wanted to go to the US. I had the opportunity years ago, and people aren't going to believe this story because no one ever does. But my godfather works for Walt Disney. He's I don't know what the name of his actual job is, but he draws. He draws for Walt Disney, all the cartoon characters, obviously. And when I was, it would have been when I just joined the Air Force, so I'd have been about 17. He offered for me to go over, but I was about to start basic training, which is 30 weeks. And obviously, I didn't have the chance to go over. But I would have been able to go to America for free because he would have been able to pay for me and everything.
Nice. What do you think in the future? You think you might want to head over?
Definitely consider it, yeah.
Disney World?
Yeah, Disney World is. It's not something I'd do on my own. I'll admit. It's something that I'd want to do if I took my daughter, for example. It's the kind of thing, if I'm honest, and I'm not being offensive to anyone that's that does like going as an adult.
Right.
It's not the kind of thing that an adult does on their own. In my opinion, it's not normal to go if you're not taking children with you. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't judge anyone if they do go on their own. If you said to me in a week's time, Yogi, oh, I'm going to Disneyland, and you were going with, adult friends, I wouldn't judge you and say, well, you're a creep, you're a bit weird. That's not normal. That's fine, Yogi. Have fun,
Right.
mate. But personally, I wouldn't go on my own as an adult with other adults. I'd want to go if I was taking my daughter or taking, or if I was going with other people or taking children with them. Because to me, it's the kind of thing that you do when you take kids with you. But again,
Sure.
like I say, I wouldn't judge other people. That's not me judging and saying, oh, adults shouldn't go. It's just me personally. I wouldn't go if I weren't taking children with me or my daughter or anything like that.
Understood. And I have no desire to go. I live in a easy day's travel, several theme parks here. And we used to go when we were kids, but even when I got into my teens, it was just less fun. I think the last time I went to Hershey Park, where Hershey chocolate is made. In my teens to see Grateful Dead show.
Right, yeah.
That's a bad combination. I don't know if you know anything about Grateful Dead shows.
Yes, yeah.
And they're heavily influenced by particular types of plant medicine.
Yeah.
So to be on plant medicine and then like go on a ride is really bad news.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
I'm speaking from experience.
I want to tell you something. I'll be careful what I say, obviously, because it's YouTube and I don't want to mention pharmaceuticals, the other word for pharmaceuticals. But it was funny in the ambulance yesterday because the paramedic said, do you want some paracetamol? Do you want some morphine? Do you want this? Do you want that? And I don't know whether I should say the word, actually. Basically, horse tranquilizers.
Oh, okay.
The K word.
Gotcha.
But obviously, sarcastically, because there was a police officer there, and obviously the topic we were on about, I wanted to see the police officer's reaction more than anything. So the doctor said to me, the paramedic said to me, do you want morphine? Do you want paracetamol? What do you want? And I said, oh, I heard the K word is nice this time of year. And actually, the police officer laughed. It was quite funny. He laughed, and the paramedic actually said, we don't carry that in ambulances. That's like first responders and MERT teams, ERT teams.
Gotcha. Hey, Big Al, I'm gonna get ready to go to bed. Can you listen to this real quick?
Apologies. Yeah, my apologies. Quickly, just didn't Selma want to come up and finish with you for the night, or?
I think she might have stepped out of the live stream.
Right. Okay, I'll stay up then.
Hey, Cor. Yeah, if you could just listen to this, let me know what you think.
Yep.
Give me 1 second. And admittedly, she likes to be contrary. You ever seen the movie Dirty Dancing?
A long time ago.
And there's a line, no one puts baby in the corner.
Oh yes.
dear.
No one puts cat in the corner.
Cat is loved by everybody. Cat is adored. Cat is a tomato.
I agree. I agree.
Cat is the most ripe, most juicy, most loved tomato in the whole field.
I agree. I agree with that too. I'm not sure how Cat would feel being. Can you say that again? You said ripe, lush.
The most ripe, juicy tomato in the whole field.
Right. Someone needs to clip that. That's what needs.
And someone did. Someone
yeah.
did clip it.
Oh dear. Oh. Well, I hope Sol's not invited for the coffee that we're going when we meet Kat, because
She's definitely invited. She can bring
Oh,
her
dear.
clips. She can bring her clips with us.
I'm not going to be welcome in Kat's streams anymore. Kat's not going to want to talk to me anymore. That's it. That's the end for me.
I think Kat's gonna laugh as much as the rest of us. I don't remember you going on that much with the ripe and the luscious.
It's not luscious, it's juicy. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore.
Wait a minute, you want to hear it again? I believe you said ripe, luscious, and juicy.
Let's play it again. Play it again.
And you know what we missed in the clip? Because people have asked to see your face. I don't know if you realize this, but we could see your face. We could see a reflection. And there was a little, when you were saying that, there was a little bit of drool coming down your mouth. I
Oh,
hear you
dear.
saying that. All right, hold on.
Cat likes to be, and admittedly, she likes to be contrary. You ever seen the movie Dirty Dancing?
A long time ago.
And there's a line, no one puts baby in the corner.
Oh yes. Yeah.
No one puts cat in the corner.
Listen carefully.
Cat is loved by everybody. Cat is adored. Cat is a tomato.
I agree. I agree.
Cat is the most ripe, most juicy, most loved tomato in the whole field.
I agree. I agree with that too. I'm not sure how Cat would feel being.
All right, you didn't say luscious, but you said loved. Gotcha.
Yeah, ripe, juicy, and loved.
Right, gotcha. The funny thing is, you said you paused. You said you gave us the description, and then you paused, and then you dove right back in with the ripe and the. I think you should have thrown luscious in there. I think you should have went ahead. If we could clip it again, take it from the top, Big Al.
You want me to say that with including luscious?
Including luscious. Take it from the top. Here we go.
Oh dear, right. Cat is the most ripe, most juicy, most luscious tomato in the whole field.
Perfect. I appreciate
Oh dear.
that. Cora says, who's American? I'm American, Cora. Hey, are you subscribed to Cora Bird? She's got a beautiful channel.
I am, yep.
Awesome. Are you subscribed to Red Nose, our friend Pinky?
Yes.
Good.
Has
Red
she
Nose.
changed the name? I'm sure she had a different name before.
Well, she comes in as her name is Pinky. Her channel's name is Pinky. But Red Nose is whatever YouTube weird thing they're doing.
Right.
So
Yeah, I don't like the people's names have changed. It confuses me.
confuses me as well. Especially
mean,
because go ahead.
Because you call super artist super champ, and I know that was his name before it changed weirdly. And then obviously there's a few people. Everyone keeps calling Richard Minty, and I was so confused earlier. I was like, "Who's Minty?" And then Richard was like, "That's me."
Right. Now, to be fair, Super Champ has a couple different channels. So sometimes he comes in as Super Champ, but sometimes Super Artist.
Right. Okay.
So I do it interchangeably.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Good night, Darren. Darren says good night to you, Big Al.
Good night, Darren.
Red Nose says Yogi. Debster says, Cora, my godmother's name was Cora. I had a great grandmother named Cora. It's a beautiful name. Name says, apologies, sir, jumping between you and LP again. That's okay. Perfectly understandable. Cora says, oh, that's sweet. Debster says she was Canadian. All right, so I think we're going to wrap things up. I'm going to go to bed, Big Al. Thanks for hanging out with me.
No worries. Thank you for listening to me. Again, as is always the case, didn't plan on staying for this long. I thought I was going to jump up, share my bad and good news, and get off again. But we've stayed and we've talked about the most ripe, most loved, most luscious, most juiciest tomato cat in the whole world.
3 times. 3 times.
I can't help myself, Yogi. I think I'm in love.
Good thing I'm not the jealous type here, Big Al.
I don't think we're cat's type, if I'm honest.
You don't think so? Cora says, Yogi, what's up, Cora?
I seem to, unless I've mistaken it, because forgive me. I'm sure Kat said she had a girlfriend.
She has said she has a girlfriend. You're absolutely right about that. Thank you so much, Cora. Cora says, I appreciate
But the
you.
thing is, Americans confuse me in that way because American females at least, call their female friends their girlfriends as well. So it's confusing as to whether when an American woman says they've got a girlfriend, it's confusing as to whether they're a lesbian or whether they actually just mean a female friend.
Now, when Kat refers to her girlfriend, she is referring to Little Debbie.
I don't know who that is.
Little Debbie makes snack cakes. You ever seen the redheaded figure that she has?
No, Kat's mentioned her before, and I've not seen her yet. No.
That's thank you so much, Cora. That's her girlfriend. But are you popping in her live stream tomorrow morning?
It depends if I get a chance.
You could ask her if either one of us are her type and see what she says. I'd be curious to hear.
I'll ask her next time she's here, Yogi.
Okay, we can do that next time she's here.
Because it makes it more fair. I mean, because you stay quiet there. I don't know whether you're there or not. So I think I just do it when we're both here because I can see your reaction, and obviously I can see. I think what should happen is I should be allowed to come up and do into the panel like this and ask. It makes it a bit more fair because then we get our real time reactions. I don't have to type something.
We can do that. We can do that. Although I'm waiting to see if Kat pops up. I don't know if Kat's still here. Kat's always up when she's live, but sometimes I'm in the background. I'm doing my writing, or something.
Right.
When I write, I don't often have sound up because I don't want to be influenced by anything that I hear.
No, that's fair enough. Yogi, can you type in the chat? Because obviously I don't have the option to type while I'm up here. Can you type in the chat my YouTube name, please, so Darren can find me?
Yep. Big Al and Big Al. What's the last part? Big Al from Edinburgh. Was that it? Big Al from Big Al the Glass Wagon.
Wow.
Big Al the Glass
Big Al from NY.
Yes.
It's Big Al from NY.
Yes.
Big Al from Boston. Get in the car.
There you go. I was going to ask for it.
I knew it was coming, Yogi. I know you now. I know what happens. I'm from New York. I'm walking here.
You do a good New York, that's for sure.
That's because I used to like doing a little mafia voice. Hey, boss, I'll make him sleep with the fishes, huh?
Allison says, love you too. Love to you all. Thank you, Yogi. Get better, Big Al.
Thank you, Allison. Good night.
It was great being with you too, Allison.
There's always positive vibes here. Even when there's arguments, it's positive.
I love seeing people work it out when there's an argument.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Edinburgh. See, I told you. Even Nightmare agrees,
Sorry.
by the way. Even Nightmare agrees. Edinburgh.
I No, I don't hold grudges. So there's a few streams I've been in with people. There's one stream I go in. Obviously, I'm not going to name it, but there's one stream I go in. There's one person in that stream that I don't talk to. It's not here, Yogi, but there's one stream I go in, and there's one person in there I don't talk to, and it's not because of me. It's because they've held a grudge.
Right.
They refuse to let go of the past, and they hold a grudge. Whereas I'm civil. I asked Nightmare to share where he was from earlier. I wouldn't speak to Nightmare if I hadn't let go of what happened the other day. I admitted I didn't know what I got mad at, and I didn't know why I was mad or got mad at. So it was, yeah. So I let go of it straight away because I was like, well, I don't even know why I got mad. I've just had one of them weeks, I think, Yogi. Things have just got to me a little bit this week, and certain things don't help. Well, I've let go of it. I get on with everyone in the chat because I've let go of it. I'm not the type to hold a grudge.
And I appreciate that. I appreciated seeing you guys do it that night, and that's what it's all about. It's not me coming in and saying, guys, knock it off. This is ridiculous, whatever. It's you guys working everything out, coming to your own conclusions and realizing it's much, much easier to be kind rather than insisting on being right. You
The
might
thing
be
is, Yogi, we're all adults. It's about being mature, taking accountability. I've taken accountability. I can't say anything else other than I don't know what I got mad at because I don't know what I got mad at. So I can't like apologize for anything I said because I don't think I actually said anything horrible. I just got a bit mad and don't know what it was. But yeah, no, it's forgotten about. In my opinion, I think it's forgotten about. It's not been mentioned since other than just now, obviously, because we're talking about that kind of thing. But no, it's forgotten about. Where as far as I'm concerned.
So before I go to bed, and I agree, and again, I appreciate that. Before I go to bed, Sniper says, Eric, Big Al, try pronouncing. Can you see that in the chat?
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna let you give it a shot. Why does that seem more like a French name?
I'm gonna. You know what? I know we're trying to pronounce it properly, but I'm gonna turn it into a little bit of a comedic thing because this is exactly what I thought of as soon as I saw it. It kind of makes me think horse monkey.
Maybe that's how you actually pronounce it.
Hearst Monsieur. I don't know, but it makes me think horse monkey.
Actually, Hurstman Swear was exactly how I was going to pronounce it.
That's how I think it's pronounced anyway. Hearst Monsieur. I've never seen that word in my life.
Thank you, Nightmare. Dad says he's subscribed to Big Al.
Thank you.
Debster says feel better and rest up, Big Al.
Appreciate
Danny
that.
says you understand.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. I think every live stream should have a Danny. Danny's an excellent guy.
Yes.
One of my all-time favorite people in the world.
Just behind me, obviously.
And yes, Debster says rule number 1: carry no chat drama to another chat. Agreed. Mint says that's good.
Sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, which was my point the other day when I got a bit miffed at someone carrying something on for 3 days. That carrying that into another chat was what did my head in the other day when there was 3 days of, I won't say the guy's name, but the guy that was going on at Sniper.
Right.
That
would
was
say
grating on me a little bit.
I would say don't carry any grudge over from one live stream to the next. Start with a clean slate every time. Sniper and I talked about this before. This is not our first rodeo.
Right.
We've had people show up and put everything in chaos, and it happens over and over again. And that person either eases in to the way things are, or they eventually just sort of back away.
Yeah. I think that's going to be me, Yogi. I'm the type that's going to come in and cause trouble for you, and I think eventually you'll probably block me. I think that's the way it feels like it's going at the minute. Like, you know, I haven't been the bestest person tonight, so I'm joking.
I think that you're always just going to come in and cause trouble.
Always. It's who I am.
Do you know the myth of Sisyphus?
The what? Sorry, Yogi.
The myth of Sisyphus.
No.
Sisyphus was a king, way back in the olden days, and he was a bit of a trickster, and he used to sort of make fun of the gods, of the Greek gods, and they decided to get back at him, and they sent him to hell, and his punishment was to push a boulder up a hill, and when he got to the top, it would immediately fall back down, and he'd have to go down and get it again.
Right.
So there's a wonderful way of switching that around. How the French philosopher, actually Algerian, how he found meaning in that action. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about that you are my boulder, Big Al. You will be here for eternity. And just when I think Big Al is finally not going to push my buttons, you start all over again and you push my buttons. So instead of me ever blocking you, my punishment by the gods is to have conversations in an infinite loop with Big Al.
Right. Okay. Yep.
There you go.
A very fitting punishment, Yogi, is to keep
It is.
playing that clip at me, because
It is.
that's going to be it's going to haunt me. I'll be honest.
Wait until Cat hears it.
Speaking of things that will haunt me, I don't know what the song's called. I don't know if it's an original Selma song, but I've got that 24-hour song stuck in my head that she was singing.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that is. Hey, Long John, if that's her own song or if that is a actual song you can find on YouTube. And when she comes up tomorrow. I have to remember to ask her.
I'll try and remember.
The
But I've got
question
it stuck.
is,
It's that 24, 24, 24/7. It's stuck in my head. I don't know how.
can you do the little dance that goes with it too?
I'll be honest. When I did it just then, I was like grooving in my seat.
I knew it. I can tell.
I'm not making that up. I did it, and I was kind of, the arm that I can use was kind of wavy, like this seat, and then I was like just circle, like gyrating in my seat, kind of thing. That was, yeah. That's about as much boogieing as I do, but I was doing it, Yogi. Well done.
Sniper says, what I always bring is something to challenge your core beliefs, not as punishment as most will see it, but for you to discern. Debster says, I always like making people crack up, laughing in chats, which I always appreciate. Sniper says, another great live stream. Thank you, Sniper. Hey, are you subscribed before I go to Longjan?
Yes, sorry. I was looking for the name because I didn't know if it was one of the ones like I'm going to use Squirrel for example. I know it's not, but I didn't know if it was like YouTube had changed Squirrel's name or something like that. There's a few people, like I said, I've had to go and double check. I've clicked on the names and I'm already subscribed.
Right.
But yes, Long John, I am. Richard, I've subscribed to tonight because I didn't know that was either. People kept referring to him as Minty. I didn't know that was Minty. So I subscribed to him tonight.
I know you already subscribed to Danny, right?
Yes. Oh, subscribed to Danny a long time ago.
Good. And Debster?
Yeah, obviously she's explained she changed her name, yes, but I'm subscribed to
her. Hey, I'm going to be up with Lucy tomorrow afternoon. She's going to pull some tarot cards. So if anyone wants to come hang out, get a card reading, would be fun.
I'll try and be here. I'll try and be here.
And I can't wait until we get the opportunity to play this for Cat.
Well, do you know what, Yogi? I've just remembered I'm not going to make it to the next streams for like a month or so. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to see the results of that because something's just come up and suddenly for the next month I won't be here.
Something. You figured that you're going to wait until you get your puppy because no one can be mad at you when you're holding a puppy.
Well, you've just messed it up there, Yogi, because you gave me an idea now. I could actually, theoretically, avoid the stream for a month. I mean, I don't think I'd manage. I think if I'm being quite honest, I think I could go 2 days without joining your streams. But then what day are we on? We're now on Thursday here, so I think Saturday I'd have to jump back in and show my appreciation for you because I can't stay away, not on purpose. If things come up like they had done in the past, I think I missed a week of your streams, didn't I?
Just about.
Yeah, it was a good few days that I missed. But it was kind of out of my control. I couldn't, I was really busy, and then when I weren't busy, I was sleeping. So yeah, but I can't stay away on purpose. If there's no reason to stay away from the channel, then I don't stay away because I can't. But I think now that you've given me the idea, I might just try and stay away for the next 4 weeks until I get my puppy, and then just come in. Not even be me. The whole time will be the puppy, and Kat will just fall in love with me all over again. Well, fall in love with the puppy, but still, it counts. She'll have forgotten about the. She'll have forgotten about the clip.
She'll fall in love with you by proxy.
Exactly.
I get it. It also means that I have time to go out and get my own puppy as a counterpoint to Big Al's point. What do you think of that? We got some competition going on, Big Al.
It's going to be a little bit more difficult for you, Yogi. You've got two cats.
It's true. My cat's the reason why I don't have a puppy.
Or according to Skits, I mean Becca. Sorry, according to Becca, you've got one cat, but you're a little bit insane, so you think there's two. And as I said, I'm inclined to believe that because we've only seen one cat at a time. So I'm inclined to believe that you are a little bit mad. You think you've got two cats, you've only got one.
I'm inclined to believe that myself, actually. Now that you mention it. Thank you, man. We'll do some breath work for you. It could be. Sniper says a puppy off. Yes, we're gonna have a puppy off.
What you should do as a little test, Yogi, is actually bring up both cats together, and then on another time bring up one at a time, and see if we can actually differentiate between the two. Because you see them on a regular basis, Yogi, and you don't know the difference. But some people, I don't necessarily mean me. I'm just being hypothetical here. Some people are really good at observation. It's like when people can tell the difference between two twins. I can never tell the difference between two twins. But maybe one of your cats has got a very small marking on it that one of us may pick up. And maybe we can differentiate between the two.
One is smaller and a little chunkier than the other. Do you know my ex-wife is an identical twin?
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Man. The one that was a Marine or Air Force or
Air
something.
Force. Yep.
Air Force.
And boy, I felt really bad 3 days in the honeymoon before I realized that I took the wrong one. But they're mirror twins, meaning Mocha is left-handed, her sister's right-handed.
Wow, okay.
One has a mole on one part of the body. This other one has a mole on the same part of the body, but on the opposite.
Right, okay.
Yeah, pretty wild. Darren says, what time is it for you, Yogi? It is almost 7:30. Past my bedtime.
It's 12:19 a.m. here.
Past your bedtime too, I'm thinking.
I don't really have a bedtime. I do like to be in bed by about 10, 11 at the latest, but I'm currently sat in my front room in my lounge. So I'm obviously not in bed right now, but it's not a problem. I'll still get up at 8. I'll still do all the things I have to do. I did today, and let's be honest, yesterday was a way worse day for me. So the fact that I can do it on a I can get up on a day where I've had a bad night's sleep and all the stuff before, it should be easy to get out of bed on a day when none of that has happened.
Well, I will be up at 2:15 in the morning.
Wow.
Every morning.
You do that? Yeah, I was about to say you do that every morning. Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
When I was serving, I used to be able to get up at 4 every morning. But obviously, from not serving for the last 3 years, I think I've been out of 4 years. Sorry, I've been out of service now. And obviously, I've lost that habit, that routine. my routine is now 8 o'clock in the morning, which is nice because 8 compared to 4 feels like a really big lion. But then there's some of my mates, they don't get up until 10, and I only really sleep in until 10 on some weekends, and that really feels like I've slept all day. I can't do it a lot.
Right. I don't sleep in at all.
No, I can imagine you have a very. I think you'd be good in the military, Yogi. You have a very strict and a very good routine, and you always stick to it. And I think that's a very good thing. And I think you'd be good in the military based purely on that. I mean, I can't judge you based on anything else, obviously. But the fact you can stick to the same routine is a good thing because obviously the military is a lot of routine.
Right. I considered it a couple different times in my life.
Which of the branches would you have gone into, and what would you have done, Yogi?
Well, back in the day, I would have liked to have tried special forces. I don't know if I could have made it. I'm not great with. I mentioned before, I'm not great with authority figures. Hey, Brian.
Right. Yeah.
But I would have liked to. And again, I don't know if I could have made it through, but that was the plan at one point. And
Right.
I was thinking of the Marine Corps. And then later in my life, I thought about doing National Guards. Just I wanted to do something, and I thought that might be the way to go.
And if you don't mind me asking, Yogi, what was the reason? Obviously, other than or figures, what was the reason you didn't do any of that kind of stuff?
Um,
Only if you don't mind me asking. You don't have to answer it.
No,
obviously,
I don't
you can
mind
tell me
asking.
to mind my own business.
Well, one, when I towards my mid, I wasn't quite as disciplined then as I am now. I still worked out every day. I ran, I did other stuff, but I was in the 80s, in my early 20s, my teens to early 20s, I was doing a lot of drugs.
Right. Okay.
And in my late mid 20s to early 30s, I was no better way to say it than I was a drunk.
Okay. Yeah.
And that would have, every time I thought about it, physically, I could have done it, maybe even mentally, but I was committed. I was committed to my drinking because
Yeah.
I had a deep wish of destroying myself. I'll get into that in another night. I do like talking about it actually, because if people knew the depth of my own level of self-destruction, whenever if anyone would ever think, well, obviously it's easy. He's a yogi. It's easy for him.
Yeah.
If they knew how far down I actually was, and the reason why I was down that far, and that how I was given a gift of sobriety,
Yeah.
without gritting my teeth and fighting my addiction, how it just in an instant left my life.
Yeah.
And that it's a possibility for anyone. So definitely want to talk about this some more.
Yeah. No. It's the last thing I'll say because obviously you're trying to go, Yogi. But
I do
for
want-
me, like what you mentioned, for me it was the physical part of it. I've never struggled with. I've always been physically fit. I've always been, into that kind of stuff. But it was for me. It was in the military. It was a more mental barrier. I didn't have the mental strength sometimes to there were times I wanted to give. I never did give up, but there were times I wanted to give up. So for me, yeah, physically perfect. Mentally, sometimes I was my own worst enemy. I wanted to give up. I wanted to quit. I wanted to just not do it. But I stuck at it. I did it, and then I was medically discharged. And now I wish I'd never taken any of it for granted and never even thought about giving up, because now that I don't do it anymore, it's upsetting for me.
Right. I can understand that.
because I loved the job. It was my dream job, and it's really cliche. But as a teenager, all I ever wanted to do was be a soldier, and obviously I was able to do that. And then, like I say, there were times I wanted to give up, and now that I don't do the job, you know, it was stupid of me to even want to give up at the time. But I guess you don't think about you don't think about any of the what ifs and the fact that I might be gotten rid of on medical grounds. Yeah, it is what it is.
Right. I want to very quickly say hi to Runner Boy. And Nightmare had asked what made me turn to drink. I really dislike myself, deeply so. And the funny thing is, when I first started drinking, um, it was fun. I sort of felt like I turned into a not a different person, but a side of me that was a little more uh, fun loving would come out, and I'd be in bars and I would dance and I was popular. Um, there's a life for the party for a long time, but I try to keep the party going forever and ever to the point where um, I literally cycled through friends because they would burn out.
Right.
I was drinking every night. It was fun when you were 22,
Yeah.
but when you're still doing it at 32, um, it's not as much fun.
Yeah.
And I remember asking someone uh, about my drinking, and he said, "You're an alcoholic. Everyone knows it." I was like,
Yeah.
"No one ever told me." And they're like, "We figured, you do it every night, and you do it with intent. You don't go out for a drink. You go out to get drunk."
Yeah.
And I would wake up early and I'd go to the gym. I'd punish myself, even if I was sick. My whole life was one of punishment. I even used my yoga and my meditation as a form of punishment. All of it.
Right. Yeah.
Not a fun time. And it lasted a long time.
I know the topic's probably sensitive for you, Yogi, and it's not, it's not very upbeat. But I enjoy these heart to hearts. I enjoy these little conversations we have where we talk a bit more in depth about personal things to both of us because it's nice bonding thing, and this is why I class you as a real friend, Yogi. That although I've never met you in real life, it's like I have because we have these really nice conversations.
I agree. So this is definitely the last question because
Yes.
my name says, "What made you overcome it?" If you don't mind me asking. The funny thing is, I didn't overcome it. My meditation practice, my yoga practice started to deepen. And the more profound it got, the more at peace I got, and bad habits started dropping away. My diet changed. I had smoked when I was younger, that just automatically fell out. Relationships that weren't serving me just dropped out. And the Course of Miracles came into my life right about then. I started practicing it in fits and starts. I would start practicing and put it away, practice and put it away. But it was taking an effect. I was getting more at peace. And one day, I was driving home drunk, as I did often, and I jeopardized so many people. I can't even begin some of the experiences that I had where I was literally inches away from killing someone, killing myself. Um, and it wasn't that I was unfazed, it was just what was happening. And I would punish myself all the more. One day I was pulled over. Off duty state police officer saw me, and I only swerved a little bit, and I was less than a mile from my house, and he thought about letting me go, as he told me. But he had carry out food, he was off duty, he was going home with his family. But police officers, they don't give into that.
Yeah.
When they see something, stop you. And I saw that light flash in my mirror, and I was given a choice. Did I want to keep doing this, or I could stop? And when the officer said, "Can you put your window down?" and he goes, "Sir, have you been drinking?" And I answered him, "Yes, but I'm never going to drink again." He took me to the station. They booked me. Hours later, I was free to leave. I didn't have a ride home. He actually was there to give me a ride home. And he said, "I don't know why, but when you said you're never going to do it again, I believed you. And
Yeah.
I wanted to check. And without any struggle, I never drank again. I was instantly reborn, someone different. Had I not been meditating, had I not been doing yoga, had I not been practicing A Course in Miracles, none of that would have happened.
Yeah.
I would have shrugged it off and I would have kept drinking. But I was doing positive things for myself, even in the course of the negativity, and that's what made all the difference.
Wow. Can we spam hearts in the chat for Yogi, please? Amazing that he was able to turn his life around like that. We all appreciate you, Yogi.
Thank you, Big Al, and thank you,
And
Dexter.
obviously, I didn't know you back then, but you've come a very long way.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey, an absolutely amazing journey, and I'm fortunate that I was given a position to share it with people. I love this conversation, Big Al. I love talking about sobriety and how it doesn't have to be a difficult journey because I miss going to bars at first. So I thought I would go and hang out and not drink. And
Yeah.
I realized that overcoming that, I don't like using the word overcoming because it just left me, but also my desire to socialize in bars left me as well. So I thought I would go to meetings. And I quickly realized that if you need to go to a meeting, go to a meeting.
Yeah.
But what I found for me was so many people at meetings who had been sober for 20 years were still addicted and they carried that with them all the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like I was addicted any longer. I was completely, again, reborn. Nightmare says, I'm more surprised that you met a decent policeman. I think everything aligned perfectly. It had to be, I think if it was another police officer, maybe I would have kept drinking.
Yeah.
Everything had to happen the way it did. That, I certainly felt like I was never going to drink again when I said it. But when he showed up and said, I believed you, I thought, it's true. I'm not going to. Had it not been that police officer, who knows? Had I not been meditating, had I not found A Course in Miracles, all kinds of stuff. Had not my long-time girlfriend of nearly a decade broken up with me, maybe I would not have. Maybe I would have not deepened my meditation practice. Who knows? I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I've been here with you, Big Al, and having this conversation.
No, that's you know what, I know it's, again, I say it, but I know it's probably a sensitive subject for yourself, and it's not the most upbeat thing, but it's lovely to speak about these things with you, Yogi. Obviously, I shared my experience from last night with you about my drinking, and I'm not going to drink again. I didn't plan on it. I've been sober for, what is it, 5 years. I didn't plan on it, but I won't drink again. It was just one of them things. I think I really needed it. There was the stress of everything that happened. It was a really scary situation. I've never been knocked off my bike before, ever. And it was one of them things where just a lot of things. I mean, the only thing that I'm cautious about is I've done anger management in the past for my temper. And obviously, as I told you, I took my helmet off and threw it at the car. And I said to the police officer, I'm disappointed with myself because I took anger management, and the first thing I took anger management years ago, and that doesn't excuse anything, but I've taken anger management in the past, and the first thing I've done in this situation is be aggressive. So it does worry me. Do I need more anger management, or is it a one-off? I need to now have a really careful think about, my actions in the future.
It's an interesting question, and I think as you dive into it, I think it's important to dive into. Is it a one-off? Is that anger still? Thank you so much, Allison. Allison just joined the membership channel.
Wow, well done, Alison.
If the anger is still present, we can't bypass. Hey, Nature, how are you? We can't bypass things.
Yeah.
We can't skip the anger and push it down inside and say, I'm going to fight it back. It's never going to happen again. It's only when we become aware of it and find other ways of allowing it to be expressed that are more productive.
Yeah.
But most people, we just want to push it away and pretend that it's no longer there, or we think
Yeah.
we can control it.
I would like to personally think that it is one off. I would like to think that it was the pain and the shock, like the police officer. The police officer kind of didn't defend me, but kind of put it in perspective and said, "You were in shock, you were in pain, you were a little bit annoyed at the whole situation." He said, "So you have every right to be angry." So I do see that, but yeah, it does make me question whether it's a one-off or whether I'm unable to control my temper again. So it's something, like I say, I have to think about. No one else can answer that for me, really. I do have to think about it myself and think about whether I want to ask for help, from the right people, or do I think in myself it was just a one-off and I can cope next time something happens? Because things have happened and I've not got angry like that. At least things have, peed me off a little bit. But that happening, that was like, yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I don't want you to answer it, Yogi. I don't think anyone else can answer it. It was just one of the things that I've now got to think about from my own perspective. Is it
I
a
think
one-off, or will I react like that to everything that annoys me in the future?
I think it's going to be an interesting thing for you to explore.
Yes.
I agree with Debs that AA meetings can be a little cultish, but yeah, those 12 steps can be very helpful.
Yes. Yep.
All right, this time I definitely got to go to bed. What about a Glassgarian? Glassgarian to end all this on a good note, sir? Glass wagon, a glass wagon. That's right. Trust me, that's right.
Oh dear.
I have McCarty. I have Scottish and Irish blood, so I pronounce it naturally, the way we used to back in the old country.
Is that Nightmare wanting to come up to say something, or did he just want you to say that word, Glaswegian? Sorry.
He just wanted me to say it.
Right. Okay.
Good night, Darren. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Debs. Hey, Evan. Have you had a sleep test before? Nope, I have not.
Good night, Darren.
I think I would get a B+ if I was given a sleep test.
Well, I'm going to let you go to bed, Yogi. Sorry.
I'm gonna go. That's okay. Good night, Lucy. Big Al, thank you again.
No, thank you, and thank you, chat, for being so lovely and kind and enjoying my news that I wanted to share with you all. It's been amazing. Good night, Yogi. Appreciate you having me up here. Happy birthday. Merry Christmas. Good night.
You got it. Take care. Bye. Bye,
See ya.
guys. I'm going to go. I'm heading to bed. I will see you all if you're around. Come on by, hang out with me at 5 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5:25. Love you guys.